See, Father, what I'm driving, I want my old allowance.
Jablos, you want your old allowance? You don't even pay me a single centavo for your board and lodging in my house. Now you want your old allowance?
But I have so many expenses, Father.
What? How money can you save in the bank?
How can I save anything?
So you mean you have nothing? What can you give to your girlfriend? Flowers? 20 or 30 peso flower? Este. When I was courting your mother, I also need to give her money or balot.
Yes, my dear son, I remember quite well. If you only knew what my mother used to say, may used to give me money for balon. Kakuripot naman, she'd say.
Ah, pero Petra, this son of ours is earning 800. It doesn't give us a single centavo for the house expenses. On top of that, he's asking for his own allowance. When the where can you hear such a thing?
I know a place where children work and don't give their parents any money, but of course they'll ask for their own allowance. In the Philippines!
Estrada you are, Petra.
Well, Roberty, you're not going to get a single centavo.
But, Mother,
If you have no money to ride a taxi, go take a jeepney.
give me to visit a girl.
I want.
Paupo. Saan mo?
Francisco!
Huh?
I'm calling the servant.
Demonstrate with that servant. Having the same name with the owner of the house.
Don't worry, I'm going to kick him out soon. He broke your plates again.
Broke my plate again. He doesn't break your plate, Nena, or Berting's plate. He only breaks my plate.
Pag-video na lang po. Paano i-on siya? Siya, paano i-on?
Opo, senyora.
Ayun na lang.
Well, Francisco, did you make the sign I told you?
The one you told me to make?
Of course!
Yan,
The
lubat,
one you
full
told
yan.
me to write? Wanted a muchacho.
Yes, Don Francisco, what are you doing here? Well, did you make it?
No, senyora, I didn't make it yet.
And why
I
not?
forgot how it should be worded. I suddenly remember now.
Kaya stupido itong taong to. Hala, go out and make it immediately!
Nena,
Asleep in her room.
at this time, it's nearly lunchtime.
Anyhow, it's Sunday.
Has she heard mass?
I suppose she did it for.
So Nena went to the party last night.
It was the first time.
I hope nothing happened.
Could have happened, but it's because it's already yesterday.
But imagine a Filipina girl going to a party in chaperon.
Anyhow, she didn't went with Fred alone. She went with her friends. The name? Lolita and Nadine.
Yes, with those two girls. Since they were arrived in abroad, they've been trying to teach our daughters some bad things they learned from those countries.
Bad things? You exaggerate, Francisco. Francisco? Are you through with that? So soon?
I finished it last night, senyora.
Last night?
Opo, senyora, but I forgot where I placed it.
Oh my God. Let me see it. Wanted a muchacho. There you go. Hang it outside the window. Francisco? I said outside, not inside.
Clear! Clear! Diri ka! Wala si Kathleen! Uli na! Wala na gani! Diri ka! Yan ni Ruby, oy! Picture!
as I was saying, Francisco.
Are you talking to me or that servant?
Francisco, what are you still doing here? Go back to the kitchen at once. Oh my God.
You were saying, Petra?
As I was saying, I think you're being very unfair to Nana. After all, she's grown up.
Petra, virtually ageless.
I know, but chaperoning is rather old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned? Yes, in some civilized countries.
But isn't the Philippines civilized?
It's civilized, but in some ways it's uncivilized.
Oh my God, Francisco, it's a Tornino Palagtas or Great Patriot could hear you now.
Hey, where'd you get the idea that the last first name is a Tornino? You mean Francisco?
Well, Saturnino, Francisco, both end in O.
Yes, that's what when you call out my name, Francisco the Muchacho Rush said.
Anyhow, our women could take good care of themselves.
Are you sure?
Of course, especially if they receive education. For instance, our Nana is, in her senior year of education in the University of Santo Tomas, she's even taking up courses in home economics.
I suppose that makes her immune from any moral faults.
Moral faults? You exaggerate, Francisco. No, what I mean is that Nana is more enlightened and educated to take good care of herself.
But you don't see, Petra. You don't see the point. Education, even university education, after all the alphabets and the alphabet letters, after a graduate's name, AB, BSc, LLB, PhD. It's not a moral education. Training the mind is not training the heart.
But if the mind is straight, why the heart can be ruled by the mind?
Because if a person is intellectual, it doesn't ipso facto make him moral.
Ipso facto? That's very deep for me naman, Francisco.
Yes, very deep. So when Nana will fall in the deep water if you won't watch out.
Ay, you're so apprehensive.
Did you call me, Senora?
Or you.
Yes, Senorito.
I'm married with a senora. Therefore, you have to call me senor, understand?
Opo, Senora.
From now on, I'm gonna change your name. You'll be called Francis.
Francisco?
Yes, Francis.
Why not Paquito, Senor, or Paco, or Francisquito?
Because I don't want it. Now get out! Why are you here? Your mother told you to take a jeepney.
But I'm visiting my girlfriend.
Visiting a girl? It's this time?
She told me that she said I must see her right away. It's very important.
So, Robertine, you went to the party last night.
Yes, Father, with Leah.
You went to the party and chaperon.
Does Robertine need a chaperon?
Petra, I'm not talking about Robertine. I'm talking about the girl you took out.
Well, if you're just gonna lose your temper like that, I might as well be in the kitchen.
Yes, Father. Guess what? I took you a party alone. You young modern people, do you realize it in Matsam when I was courting your mother, her father, her mother, her three sisters, and 5 brothers, even his 2 distant relatives sat on us in the sala? But why so many, Father? Because those days we are more careful about the women's reputation. But in those days, don't tell me those days were different. Outward things changed. Men sizes, women dresses, but the heart still remained. But in other countries, Father? There you are. In other countries, Philippines is different. Our psychology, our innate, our tradition, those things made us different from the foreigners. But my girlfriend studied abroad, Columbia University pa. Filipino girls who studied abroad, awkward customs and tradition, of people with tradition and temperament different from ours. Filipino girls can easily change in temperament. It is inborn. Somebody's at the door. Francis? Francis! Who's Francis, Father? The servant. I give him a new name. Francis! Francisquito!
Yes, Senorito.
See who's knocking and tell him to sit down.